morning and welcome everyone. We're here today to discuss the cell phone jamming reform act. Good morning and welcome. We're here today to discuss the Cell Phone Jamming Reform Act. I'm honored to be joined by Congressman David Kustoff, Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin, and correctional officers and professionals from state and local governments across America. Thank you all for supporting this important legislation to keep criminal activity off our streets, out of our neighborhoods, and away from our communities. When criminals go to prison, they should not be able to pose a threat to public safety. However, because of contraband cell phones, convicted criminals continue their illicit activity while sitting in a prison cell. In Georgia, a major prison drug ring used contraband cell phones to move more than 14 kilos of meth and nearly a kilo of heroin into the greater Atlanta area. In South Carolina, prison inmates running a sextortion scheme targeted hundreds of our troops, leading to the tragic suicide of several victims. And in New Jersey, an inmate used a contraband cell phone to arrange an assault on his ex-girlfriend and the murder of her new boyfriend. Contraband cell phones in prisons endanger the general public as well as the correctional employees who dedicate their lives to keeping Americans safe. Lieutenant Osvaldo Albarrati, a Federal Bureau of Prisons correctional officer, was killed by a group of inmates because of his work to seize and stop the flood of contraband into a detention center. Incarcerated criminals used a contraband cell phone to contact the gunman who took his life. Within prison walls, contraband cell phones are dangerous weapons. For too long, we've turned a blind eye to this glaring public safety threat as crimes are planned, facilitated, and ordered by convicted criminals already serving a prison sentence. No more. The Cell Phone Jamming Reform Act will allow state and federal correctional facilities to use targeted cell phone jamming equipment in prison housing facilities. The precision of this jamming equipment will render contraband cell phones useless for criminals in prison without interrupting the normal communications of law enforcement and emergency first responders in the area. State officials will have full discretion as to where and how this jamming equipment is used in prison facilities, thus providing local correctional officers and law enforcement with the tools they need to keep Americans safe. We should pass the Cell Phone Jamming Reform Act to keep cell phones out of prison cells and crime out of our communities. Thank you all for being here. I'm now pleased to turn over the microphone to Congressman Kustoff.
Thank you, Senator.